Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've got a battle between the two gold generating militaries as the Viper, playing as the Vikings in red, gets ready to take on Villese, playing as the Persians in blue. Now while the players heard their herdables explore their immediate enclosed off surroundings and try to go up to feudal and most likely castle as fast as possible, let's take a look at the civ matchup we will be watching today. The Vikings are a civ that focuses primarily on their infantry. Starting in Feudal Age, all Viking infantry units get more HP and can be upgraded to get a nice little +5 attack boost against cavalry and +4 against camels, which may prove a little problematic for our Persian. Now, this boost also benefits the first unique unit of the Vikings, the Berserker. This is a durable, well-armored, strong infantry unit whose health automatically regenerates. Now, infantry, as we all know, generally don't move super duper quickly, so to help and support them on the battlefield, Viking archer line units can be upgraded to get a nice +1 attack boost. Now, to help afford their military endeavors, the Vikings do get the wheelbarrow and handcart upgrades for free, which means their economy is up and running the second they hit feudal, the second they hit castle, makes them incredibly efficient, and their infantry, which, as we already saw, come with a few pretty cool features, can be upgraded even more to earn gold when they kill villagers, monks, and trade units. Not too sure we're going to see any trade units, but in monks, especially viable option on arena where relics are usually fought over. Now, pivoting to the south of the map, we've got Villese playing as the Persians in blue. Man, oh man, we saw them yesterday, an economic powerhouse with a tech tree that is incredibly strong and diverse. In addition to getting every single economic upgrade available in the game, they start the game with extra food and wood. Their town centers work progressively faster, starting in Dark Age, by the way, no longer just in Feudal, 5% faster in Dark Age, all the way up to 20% faster in Imperial, and they can be a pain in the ass to raid because take a look at their HP on the town center, 4,800 compared to the usual 2,400. I think my mic glitched out there right as the Viper pulls his first or possibly second boar. In any event, they're also harder to raid because they can upgrade their castles to take less bonus damage and actually fire bullets instead of arrows, which come with an attack bonus against rams and infantry. Might prove problematic. A lot of these upgrades might prove problematic. I'm going to stop saying that. Now, using their economic advantages, the Persians do focus primarily, I think, on cavalry. Their cavalry generates 5 gold whenever it kills military units. Their nightline units come with a nice small attack boost against archers, and every single upgrade from the stables and blacksmith does help them out with their 2 unique units. The first one that we, spoiler alert, saw yesterday becoming very viable is the War Elephant, an elephant unit that comes with a powerful attack, a huge amount of hit points, and does trample damage, but is both super expensive and kind of slow, but not as slow as it used to be. Now, the second is the one we all want to see, the Savar, a heavy cavalry unit that actually replaces the Persian Paladin, comes with another decent attack bonus against archers. Again, all of these attack bonuses against archers might be very problematic for the Viking because we've seen the Vikings go heavy on the archer play lately. Now, to support their cavalry, Persian archers and crossbows can be upgraded to turn them into trash units that cost only wood. And if you want to be a little bit more mobile with your archer units, you do get Parthian tactics and age earlier in Castle Age. So those are the 2 civilizations. Scout passing a bear as he discovers his first relic of the game, the Viper. Nowhere to be found out on the map. He is pushing deer at the moment, so has not seen any. I shouldn't say actually he's seen any. He's seen 2 relics. How has the Viper, whose scout has barely been out on the map, seen more relics than Villese? Although Villese is going to cure that right now. Okay, he discovers the 2 relics that the Viper has seen that all the relics are in an interesting location. We've got 1, 2, 3 in an Orion's belt over here to the middle of the map, and then 2 more in a bit of a... I mean, speaking of constellations, there just need to be 2 more over here, and we've got the Big Dipper. In any event, blue is out on the map. He is going to be happy he's at this part of the map because it's most likely going to discover these 2 relics much further ahead than the Viper, who is still having a little bit of difficulty with these reindeer, these deer. Very stubborn. He is pushing them. You'll have to see it. You know, in ranked games, I don't know how they play during tournaments. I'm assuming not too dissimilar, but in ranked games, man, is it fun to sometimes see players that have been playing this game for decades or a decade plus still having issues with their herdables, their huntables, all of their animals. It's super fun to watch. You know, everyone's human. Yeah, big shock to people that everyone is human. In any event, we are 9 minutes into the game. Both players clicking up to feudal. About 10 seconds ahead is our Persian. So, using that economic feature, does have one extra villager compared to the Viking. And let's take a look at his resources. 300 food, 100 gold, 2 villagers already on gold. So he should be able to get to castle pretty damn fast. The Viper is housed, although his heading up to feudal. Doesn't really matter that he's housed. Can't really produce any more units at the moment. Not exactly a barracks militia rush type of map. And he's already queued a villager behind this, so he wants to catch up ASAP. Doesn't want to miss that. And is already plopping down a house. 2 villagers on gold for him as well. Both players roughly the same food, roughly the same gold. Viper is ahead in the food. Villese ahead in the gold. Having had those 2 villagers getting gold ahead a long time before. The Viper is just not interested in going out on the map. His scout is not doing anything. Does he not want to contest the relics? Usually on a map like this, an enclosed map, there are 3 phases. You guys, I hope you're not sick and tired of me saying the same thing every time we watch an arena game, but I feel like it's important to say because the few times we see deviations from it, it is super fun. But generally there's 3 stages. The first stage, everyone rushes up to Castle Age. As you can see, Villese hits feudal, immediately market, immediately a stable. The Viper hits feudal, immediately a blacksmith, immediately a market. Stage 2, they fight over the relics, these big golden relics, idols, relics, whatever they are. And then once all the relics are gathered, we enter into stage 3, the final stage of the game, where players fight and build big armies. Villese already clicking up to Castle Age, 27 villagers. The Viper, 26. Is he not training? No, he's also just clicked up to Castle Age. Okay, so about 35 seconds behind his opponent. Villese will see what he can do with that half a minute advantage. Has he discovered all the relics? Yes, he has. He must be so happy that they're all concentrated on one side of the map, which on arena is not exactly very common. Oh, and maybe now the Viper is heading out. So he was waiting, I guess, until his scout. If you're not familiar with scouts and how they work, in Dark Age, they have a certain line of sight and attack and speed. And then the second you hit feudal, that line of sight increases, the attack increases, and their speed gets much better. Or I should say much faster. So it's possible the Viper was just waiting to hit Feudal Age so that his scout could have an easier time getting the finding the relics. But it doesn't really matter what his plan is. Villese has seen all 5. Let's see if anyone's building any military structures except for the stable and the barracks that we saw out of our Persian. Nothing yet for the Viper, building his structures close to his vest, already starting to create that. I love seeing this, by the way, when players create wall offs inside their base for any kind of potential action. I feel like this is something that pro players do fantastically. Villese as well, take a look at this. So you must be wondering, why is he building everything in a line? In case the Viper breaches this, I mean, Viking Siege is not something to laugh at. It is very powerful, but if he breaks into here, there's going to be a secondary wall off already in place. The Viper, exactly the same philosophy. Bit of a clump of houses here. Bosa for our Persian. And take a look at the Viper immediately at the top left of your screen. Already has handcart. I mean, that's just bonkers. It is just such an amazing economic feature. He's in Castle Age. I don't see a monastery being built. So the Viper is relinquishing control of the relics. Okay, we'll see how that works out for him. By the way, our Persian already has his monastery. 2 monks are training. We'll see where the waypoints are set. Probably these relics that are very, very close by. Second town center for him as well. He is now 3 villagers ahead. As we saw, he's got 1, 2, 3 scouts already out on the map as they explore, and not surprisingly hanging out near the Viper's gates so that they can see exactly. I mean, look at this. Look at this vision out of our Persian. This is just absolutely fantastic. The second the Viper moves out, I mean, we all know the Viper's not moving out, but Villese doesn't know that. He doesn't have our God's Eye View caster mode on, caster goggles, let's say. So he doesn't know what the hell the Viper's up to. The second the Viper leaves his base, he's going to know. And by the way, the Viper can't see these guys. This is where line of sight becomes very important. The Viper has no clue that he is being spied on, with only 160 food. Villese is keeping very close tabs on his opponent as his monks now start exploring the map, looking for relics. Looks like one should be returning home. There he is. So the first relic. I love the, I never noticed that there's a lamp on in the monastery. God, these structures are so pretty. Fanboying out. The Viper says, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I should be out on the map. Maybe I should try to snipe these monks. But these are still scouts. So theirs is a +6 attack bonus, which means 3 whacks, and he doesn't get the last one. Oh, that's so sour. If that was a light cavalry unit, that for sure would have killed the monk. They only need 2 swipes. Villese says, you know what? I smell you're cooking something. The Rock is smelling something here. So I'm just going to create another layer of wall off against whatever the hell you want to do. But again, we know it. There's a monk heading for this relic. There's a monk heading for the further relic. Or will he go for the furthest relic first? No, there's a monk already here. Oh, I did not see that. I thought that the blue dot was a scout. So Villese, 4 relics already. 1, 2, 3. Will he take a 4th? No, he cannot. He only has 3 monks. Hey, buddy. Might want to turn around and moonwalk your way back to your settlement. And this is just fantastic play out of Villese so far. I mean, look, we're 19 minutes into the game. There hasn't been a single kill. There's been a conversion, but there hasn't been a single kill. And yet, this is as exciting as any other arena game. Even though the Viper is not contesting relics, what is the Viper doing? He is going up to 55 villagers to the 58 of our Persian. He's got 3 town centers to the 3 of our Persian, but our Persian town centers work 15% faster. Both players have villagers on stone. We'll see if that's for economy or if they want to start getting castles. Look, if we're going to see berserkers taking on elephants, I'm happy for this game to remain with 0 kills for another half an hour. If we're going to get to see a big, old, cataclysmic Armageddon-style battle. But for now, that doesn't really look like it's going to happen. Although the Viper, 9 villagers now. Okay, so he's going full eco. And the Viper on a closed map like this, not unknown, not unexpected for him to take a bit of a economic approach to start the festivities. But what's a little bit more surprising, that our Persian is doing the same thing, and he's blocking the gate over here. Okay. Wonder what that's about. Wonder if he'll fully block it. That he can't possibly fully block it. And oh, relic number 5 makes its way slowly to the monastery. And by the way, super cool feature of Capture Age. Now take a look at the bottom right of your screen. Not only do we get to see resources collected, so we see that our Persian is ahead about 10% in resources gathered, but now we can see relic gold generated. So the longer this game goes on, I mean, look at it going up. 283, 295. Oh my god, what are the 308, 307? Yikes, every few seconds 12 more gold, 12 more gold, 12 more gold just being added. As long if the Viper keeps waiting, he might just be completely run out of town here by this gold. But take a look at his stone count, 687. It is now not a matter of when he's going to place the castle, but where is he going to place the castle. There he goes. So a very defensive castle, which, by the way, our Persian sees, because when your opponent is letting you have your way with the map, by all means, have your way with the map. Why the hell not? Villese still 200 stone. He's buying food. Oh, he wants to go up to Imperial. So he's a little bit of a few resources away. Oh, and this is going to be fun to watch. Remember, the monk changes. When they target a villager, the villager no longer flees in panic. Now there's a 1 second delay, and there it is. There's Imperial for our Persian. The Viper has the same idea. Let's frickin' see it. Well, okay. I mean, deleting the ones in front of the castle, not uncommon, but he also deleted 1 extra one, which does give a bit of an entryway into his base, although with a castle in a town center, a wall off to the left, not exactly lots of space for Villese to maneuver in there without getting sniped. Both players going up to Imperial. The Viper yet again going up a little bit behind his opponent, but this time though, take a look at the villager count, 92 to 89, but 7 army supply. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. These are the entire forces. This is the entire armed forces of the Persian Empire. And I could point to an empty piece of map and say, this is the entire armed forces of our Viking. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Caster made a mistake, didn't look up before he opened this big yang. In come the berserkers. So our Viking, forget archers. He knows their cavalry, their nightline units come with an extra attack against archers. So he is going berserkers. Absolutely no upgrades on them yet. What the hell is he waiting for? He's got 400 food. At least start the Feudal Age upgrades. So far, 0 upgrades. Our Persian getting leather archer armor? Why is he getting our armor upgrades for his archers? He doesn't have... How many archery ranges does he have? Okay, 4. Oh, wait a second. I'm asking myself, why isn't he getting the attack upgrades? Because, yes, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, I was thinking, what unit that comes out of here doesn't benefit from those attack upgrades? And then I remember, boom, 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 and then I figured we'd see chemistry. So he wants to go hand cannoneers, it seems like, and he's going to go hand cannoneers in a big way. And the Viper's going 12 berserkers, finally getting upgrades, finally getting arson, finally getting squires, forging. Oh my goodness. Hand cannoneers come with a big +10 attack bonus against infantry. The berserkers come with no attack bonuses at all. They are going to get slaughtered here. The Viper needs to mix in. This is where it becomes problematic when you have no map vision. Because I wonder what the thought process is right now for the Viper. Is he thinking, should I mix archers? In which case, he'll go his nightline units that have a massive +2 attack once they get to Savar, +5 attack against archers. He has no clue. Look at the Viper's map vision. He has no idea what's going on. This is his vision. Our Persian doesn't see any more, but he's seen the castle. He hasn't seen the third one that's going up, though. More and more berserker. Look, I'm not going to say no to berserkers. 14 of them. We're getting rams as well, capped at this point. Okay, here we go. Exploration Viking doing what his ancestors did best, sailing on his longboat to foreign lands, conquering and pillaging and bringing artwork and all that's cool stuff that the Vikings were known for. Are we going to get a conversion? Are we going to get it? He wants the conversion. The Viper says, nah, you're not getting a second unit of mine. F that. I'm just going to kill him. He saw exactly what the Persian was up to. He smelled what the strategy was. Bombard cannon already out. 2 of them. Where's the second? Making his way to the front lines. 2 Trebs are out as well. And now the berserkers are moving in. But again, they have... what's the range on these? Do Persians get block printing? I don't know if they get block printing. So I don't know if their range is going to be stuck at 9 or 12. I think they do. Monastery tech's not my strong suit. It looked like the Viper was researching elite berserkers, probably here, canceled it, and is now researching it in the furthest castle away as the one to the left falls, collapses, and now the capped rams are here. He's putting in what inside? I mean, we know what's in there. It's the only unit he has. 4 seconds away from being elite. Still no relevant attack bonuses, and yes, 21 hand cannoneers onager. Oh, the Viper is going to have a real tough time with this. I mean, these are 2 civs that don't have siege onagers, so onagers is about as good as it gets. And this lesson for all of us, doesn't matter what the hell your elo is, if it's 800 or 2800, ceding map control to your opponent, who, by the way, now has 1700 extra gold, results in this happening, results in your opponent on your front step. You have no clue what he's building. Okay, first volley from the onagers, absolute dog shit as the capped rams do close. The berserkers pop out. Okay, they're chasing the hand cannoneers. Okay, good attack there. Gets 2 rams to the left, but the one to the furthest left does close and dies immediately. Oh god, what an absolute slaughter of berserkers here. I wonder if we'll see citadels out of our Persian. That replaces the arrows with bullets and has a nice +3 attack bonus against both rams, even though they're now siege and infantry units. Where the hell is citadels? He is opting to spend his resources on the hussar upgrade. Ooh, Villese, you need that upgrade. You need that upgrade real bad. By the way, I love, absolutely love, I'm gonna say it for the third time, third time in 3 days. Oh, brilliant splits. I love the addition of the chemtrails for these hand cannoneers. Berserkers close. What are their upgrades now? Only +2 for God's sakes. Get blast furnace. Okay, Now, the Berserkers are pretty tanky. They've got 74 HP. They've got 3 Pierce armor. Hand Cannoneers, not exactly the fastest firing units, even though they come with a bonus. 17 every 3.5 seconds. And it looks like he got the Bombard Cannon there as well. Okay. So the Viper putting a decent dent into the Persian army. His army count is not terrible. His villager count is greater than our Persian one. And once the Persian has his optimal economy, in this case, Villese has decided 125, that Persian eco bonus stops. Their town centers are no longer needed. It's not like the Roman villagers that gather resources 5% faster. It's not like the Aztecs that carry more. These are just basic villagers. And once you're through with your town center bonus, you're basically the same as any standard villager. That being said, he's also caught up in handcart to the Viper. So now both economies should be exactly the same in terms of villager production. What am I saying? Villager productivity. The Rams are moving. Remember, they did start moving a little bit faster, I believe, in the second of the last patches. Oh my god, he's moving in again. All of a sudden, they move really fast. Attack rounds misses. The first siege ram falls. The second siege ram is under attack by hussars, hand cannoneers, onagers. One of the trebs does fall. Oh, shitty attack round gets more of his own units than anything else. We've got rams closing in on the castle to the bottom here. The problem is the Persian army. The Persian army is just so much bigger here. I mean, it's a little deceptive because the Viper snuck in a whole bunch of berserkers into his rams. The army counts are very, very similar. There's a lot more Viking than Persian, and now they're going to take out these gunpowder units to the right. The Rams are going to get to castle. Has the Viper done this? Has he broken the center position of our Persian? No, an elephant comes out. An elephant comes out. This is a massive game changer. He's training one more. Oh, look at how bad this is for our Viking. Bye-bye, Mr. Ram. Bye-bye, Mr. Ram. But will he get the castle? It's being repaired. It's being repaired while the Ram is taking it down. It survives with less than 200 HP. The Viper was so cocky, so confident that he could get this castle down. He built another castle right underneath its shadow. Oh my god. I mean, it's still only... Okay, now it should go down. There's 2 Rams here. It's only got 468 HP. But an elephant together with hand cannoneers, I don't know what the hell the Viper can do against this. Do the elephants come with an attack bonus against siege, by the way? No, they don't. It's mostly structures. But even though he lost 1 castle, 2 castle, 3 castle, there are now 2 more. And they are right in the Persian's face. Any more elephants? No, he's going trebuchets and hussars. Viper readies the next onslaught of units. He's got 25 Viking berserkers in the production tab. He's got 9 rams moving forward here. He wants to destroy this, but there are hussars now. A whole bunch of hussars. Attack upgrades fully upgraded. Let's see. Oh, I mean, come on, the Viper. Come on, Viper. That is very cocky. That is very cocky. Might as well go for this camp. Oh, both of the players have the exact same idea as berserkers, as hussars pivot to the north. The Viper's taking stone, deciding that castles are a bit more important right now. The Rams will keep an eye out on what the hell is going on in the northern part of the map, but the Rams, no one is helping this castle. He's got 7 villagers repairing. He's got 150 stone. These trebs are happy to sit here for days and days and days, taking out the stone count of the Viper, who now moves forward with a whole bunch of Mad Max bumper cars. Look at this. We are in a post-apocalyptic world. There is no more fuel. What's the name of the, what's the title? Oh, what the hell? Immortan Joe? Immortan Viper here, rolling forward with his motorcade. Does manage to get the trebs, does manage to save the castle with 800 HP. My god, what the heck? This is the game of close calls. But to the north, hussars are taking out. He's got basic feudal age spearmen fighting hussars. He's got hussars taking out his gold miners. The Viper's economy is now smaller than the Persian. His rams look a little confused. They don't know where they're going. Are they going south? Are they going west? Are they going east? What the actual F is going on? Berserkers engaging into a structure not their greatest use. Attack rounds out of Villese are pretty good. Not the greatest. He's killing a lot of his own units. but he does clean up the ram count. The Viper is down to 108 villagers. His army count is half of his opponent, but half of that is hussars. But 37 hand cannoneers. Our Persian has more hand cannoneers than berserkers, even though there's 25 in the production tab. He's going up to almost 50 berserkers, 50 a second ago, right before they engaged into these hand cannoneers. Now that was a great attack round out of Villese. That was just fantastic. Oh, sour. And our Viking, even though he's saturated the gold here, and even though he'll get a few hundred ingots of gold, this gold pile depopulated, this gold pile depopulated, this stone quarry depopulated, a big fat Persian castle guarding it now, and he has lost the entirety of his army. He's got 7 berserkers. The ram push didn't work, the berserker push didn't work, and the Viper just could not break. He got a castle, a small victory, I guess, in exchange for 1, 2, 3 of his. But wow, let's take a look at the stats. So that was an interesting game. 162 berserkers, 95 hand cannoneers with castle support, with elephant support, with onager support, and hussar support. These hand cannoneers, by the way, how many kills on them right now? 27 on 34 is not great. I'm assuming a lot of these are fresh recruits. Peak APM for the Viper, middle of the game. Peak APM towards the end of the game for Villese. Economies, yeah, our Persian just about 10% bigger. So even though the Viper did have a wheelbarrow handcart for free, even though that makes their economy insanely efficient, insanely quickly, ultimately the extra villagers that our Persian pumped out. I mean, look at this. Look at that gold. That's half of his resource lead is just in relic gold. Conversion's just the one of that after that scout cavalry unit got converted here in the middle of nowhere. Villese just said, nah, I don't want to play this game anymore. The Viper saying, agreeing as well. It looks, remember, he deleted his berserker. He tried to engage with 2 berserkers into 2 monks and then changed his mind. But Villese with the map control, not exactly contested map control. The Viper didn't really make any big show of trying to take the center. And I mean, look, I'm not going to say he lost the game because he let map control go 100% to the Persian right up until about 10 minutes ago, but that is a huge factor. If you don't know what your opponent is doing, you can give your opponent map control all you want, but for the love of Age of Empires, at least send a scout. At least send a light cav. He sent 1 berserker to scout what was happening. At least know what your opponent is doing, because that's more important than map control. Map control you can actually take back, as we see here. He's taking the center gold. He destroyed his opponent's castle. He's pushed Villese literally to the walls of his initial settlement. What you can't take back is not knowing what the hell your opponent is coming at you with. Because if Villese showed up here with a whole bunch of hand cannoneers and the Viper was making only berserkers, this game would have been over 15 minutes ago. But in any event, that did not happen. The Viper fought back. The Viper, kill count not great compared to his opponent. 241 Persian kills, 131 Viking kills. I should say that the opposite. The Persian killed 241 Viking units, and the Viking killed 131 Persian units. And the Viper tried to get these resources out on the map. But again, once the hussars were out, you can't just leave villagers to mine the gold. I mean, you can, but it's rolling the dice, and it's rolling the dice with a carnival game of a 60% RTP that, you know, you're just going to get those villagers killed. This is much better. This is much better, even though it's way oversaturated. There is a castle here. There is a forward army to protect. They can always escape, but ultimately 39 dead villagers means that the Viper's economy just couldn't sustain what he needed to. His infrastructure is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, for what he was building. 3 siege workshops and 5 castles in total for berserkers and rams. That's not terrible at all. The problem is he lost 3 of those castles. He's out of resources. He's got a lot of food. What the hell are you going to do with food and only 530 gold? Berserker's not exactly an expensive unit. I guess you could build 21 berserkers, 20 berserkers with this. But what the hell are 20 berserkers going to do against this? I mean, look at this Persian army. 32 kills on the onagers, but 13 friendly. So that's about a third of the kills. More than a third of the kills are friendly fire, which is not great at all. You never want to see more than, I would say, 10 to 15% if you can. But of course, I'm just a caster. I'm not a player. What we love to see is this. Oh, those delicious attack rounds. And with the attack rounds, with the hand cannoneer, with actually two elephants that we saw, and map control dominance, it is Villese, our Persian, who takes the game. But GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.